Welcome to Poly Games. I'm your host Joseph, and today we're going to be talking about the Switch Reveal Conference. Before we get into it, I love Nintendo. I hate every time before I am going to be critical of a company, I gotta preach my love for it like it's a blood oath, but I love Nintendo, loved them as a kid. Because of them, I am a gamer today. I don't care what you game on, whether it's PC, Microsoft, PlayStation, Nintendo, I love games. So with that said, let's get into this conference. I was ready to buy a Switch, pre-order it on the spot. I always love the idea of taking a console experience on the go with no sacrifices. That is awesome to me. I've always wanted a console like this, so the Switch excited me, and what I got out of this conference was, well, you'll see. So the first third of this conference was strong. They pulled no punches. They came out with the reveal, the release date, and the price almost immediately. It's going to come out worldwide March 3rd, and for here in the States, it'll be $2.99. And because of Brexit, Europe, you're kind of fucked. You gotta have to go to your local retailers, find out what the price of this console is. Then they go on to talk about the online. This is awesome. No more friend codes. You can go online, play with your friends, party chat, all that fun stuff. Looks like it may be a mobile app, but nonetheless, at least Nintendo has something. And it's going to be free until the fall of 2017. And the reason behind that is because there's practically no games that are going to be using the online feature. There's only 2 launch titles in this whole conference, gang. Oh boy. So the first warning shot of this conference was the battery life announcement. The battery life was 2.5 hours to 6 hours, depending on the games that you are playing on the consoles. Now, Zelda is going to be 3 hours of battery life on the go. They've already announced that. And they tried to skip over battery life as much as possible because it was under what everybody's expectations were, at least 3 hours of battery. 2.5 is not great. The range is like a shotgun blast, like I said in the podcast. It's like a shotgun blast. It's too huge and unpredictable. They try to make that up, and they do in a way with using USB-C as a charging connection, and being able to use external batteries, which are both pluses in my book. Awesome that they're going with a connection and not some proprietary bullshit that they made themselves, so you have to go out and buy and spend $20 a charger like they used to on the 3DS. So USB-C is well welcomed here. Now, they start talking about the Joy-Con controllers, and they start talking about them too much in the wrong aspects. The Joy-Con controllers, don't get me wrong, are impressive. The sensors dictating, what hand movements you have. They could do rock, paper, or scissors. Sorry for the mini Hitler salute there. But yeah, no, that's cool. The sensors is cool. The way that it can tell objects how far away they are. Cool thing is the HD rumble. That seems really cool. Depending on what environment you're in, it will rumble different. The controller will feel different. So if you're in water, the controllers will actually feel like they're in water. I can't wait to get my hands on that to try that out for myself. However, they keep on talking about motion controls. And the first game they show off, which is the one and almost only launch title, is 1-2-3 Switch, which is a party game with all assortments of mini games. So it's kind of like a WarioWare for your Wii U, except I'm not interested in this game whatsoever. There was a Western shootout game they showed off. There was a game where you can pretend you're knights and you're sword fighting each other. Cool, cute, party game. I don't care. Whatsoever. They showed ARMS, which is a game that looked cool. It looked really cool. It looked really interesting. It didn't look like a Nintendo game. It looked like a Capcom game, or it looked like a Sega game, in all honesty. And it looked interesting. It looked cool until I saw how you play this game, which is the motion controls that the Joy-Cons use. This is how you punch or shoot your arms out at people. This is how you move back and forth. Not interested whatsoever in using motion controls. Only if I'm in VR, the few and far between that I'm in VR. That's the only time I want to use motion controls. It kind of showed me the second warning sign that Nintendo still might not get it. The high point for me is the game that we show afterwards, Splatoon 2, which the guy tried to make a weird 2 shape with his body. It just looked like he was doing an awkward dab. Nonetheless, I'm excited for Splatoon 2, really pumped. It's coming out this summer, and it's a game that, it makes me want to buy a console. I love Splatoon. I won my best shooter when it came out. It's just such a fun game, and I can't wait to see what they do with the controller. So with all that Splatoon was my high point. The weird point was the game that was shown afterwards, the new Mario game for this console, which is coming out holiday 17. Look at whose prediction was right again. This guy right here. It's called Super Mario Odyssey. And this has already gotten a lot of weird reactions online. It's either you like it, love it, or hate it. Immediately you see Mario pop out of a manhole. And I thought, oh, he's in New York because they're gonna forward over to New York and they're gonna play this Mario game. No. This game takes place on Earth-ish. You travel to other worlds, including Earth, and you're Mario running around. When you're on the other worlds, that's cool. That's something like Mario Galaxy-esque, right? I'm totally fine with that. When you're in Manhattan and you see people that look like us start walking around, it makes it feel like that weird Sonic game that Dreamcast, that was on the Dreamcast, rather. Weird and out of place. And that's what I felt during this. When I play a Mario game, I want to be taken away from this world, not to revisit it. So, Mario Odyssey, not my cup of tea. Then they start showing off a lot of JRPGs, a lot of Japanese titles. Show off Shin Megami Tensei, Fire Emblem, a lot of Dragon Quest games, and Xenoblade 2, and a game called Octopath, if I didn't say that before. Cool. I'm excited for Fire Emblem because I do actually like Fire Emblem a lot. But for Western audiences tuning in, I don't think any of those games caught their eyes. And to that, it was kind of a snooze fest for me because I'm not interested in Xenoblade. Never been into Dragon Quest. Octopath was a pass for me. So all these games didn't reach out or speak to me in any which way. Then comes the most cringeworthy part of this conference. Suda51's No More Heroes 3 reveal. I think at least they revealed it. I don't know because the translator apparently had a stroke or the guy on stage had a stroke because they were both out of sync. Something was wrong, but it was cringeworthy. It was a cringeworthy 5 minutes, and I have absolutely no idea what happened there. EA came up there, and instead of announcing a major deal between Nintendo or EA, the only thing they say is that there's a new FIFA sports game coming out. Seriously? Like, FIFA always sells like shit on the Wii. I like when I used to work at GameStop. Why is this a big deal? I don't understand. Like, sports games, they were making Madden games on the PS2 until like 2011. I remember MLB, the show, they were making until 2010 or 2011. Like, sports games don't mean anything because they're not that intensive to run and they're not important to me, so I don't give a shit about FIFA. And then it was like the end. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Nintendo started waving everybody off, and then they finally revealed that The Legend of Zelda is a launch title. So at the end of the day, we only have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which looks amazing. It's going to probably be a lot of people's game of the year. And this stupid party game, 1-2 Switch, are the only two launch games on this console. You go, Joe, how's that a problem? Because look at conferences that Sony and Microsoft have. They have these huge reveals. They have and make partnerships with third-party studios to make some awesome games. Look at PlayStation 4's conference last E3. Everything was about games. There was dozens and dozens of games being shown off. And here you have just one sizzle reel. And I don't even know about the virtual console and what that's all about. I don't even know. I don't even know what you're doing at this point. Just two games shown off at launch. When I went to pre-order this console because I'm doing it for the podcast and because of this YouTube channel, there were no games to pick up. There were a bunch of party games and Legend of Zelda. And oh yeah, Minecraft Story Mode. You can't forget about Minecraft Story Mode. So with this console coming out, it seems like the Wii U all over again, and people are getting the flashbacks just like I'm getting when it comes to this console. I came in ready to buy it, and now I'm ready to just put my wallet back in my pocket and move on. I'm seriously, the fate of the I was going to say Wii U. The fate of the Nintendo Switch lies in this audience's hands. If you guys are interested in me and playing around with it and unboxing it, then let me know and I'll keep my pre-order. If not, I'm walking away and I'm unpre-ordering this thing because I see it and it scares me. When there's only a handful of games coming out this year and nothing about the year after, It scares me. What should have happened was they should have announced a couple more games that are coming down later on the pipeline. The TBA titles. Show me a Metroid. Show me that Pokemon Stars game, if it's there. Show me something. You showed me nothing but this, the Joy-Cons. You showed me nothing. And hopefully the Treehouse Live event is better and it shows off some games that are coming out. I know Mario Kart's coming out in April, but then get this console out in April. Like, this thing needed more titles to cling on to and more multiplayer games because you already have the stellar single player. You should have done something. Splatoon or Mario Kart or I don't know. It just depresses me. I wanted this console to be great. But you can't tell me this is an all-in-one. You can't tell me, we're taking everything we learned with this console, we're putting it into one thing, and that's your fucking selling point? Oh, well, it's everything, we put it together, look at this. No, that is not a selling point. Don't act like you're revolutionizing something, Nintendo, with this console. Don't sell me on that shit, because it's bullshit. There has been numerous tablets that have done this before you have. Don't sell me on that garbage. Don't sell me on that bullshit. And the ironic thing is, they have all failed. So it's now you're coming up to this graveyard going, all right, I'm here. Let's start digging my own fucking grave. And that's what you're doing necessarily. Because the market has shown that people didn't want the Wii U. And you came out with this Switch saying that it was something different. And what people are seeing, a lot of people are seeing, is that it's the Wii U fiasco all over again. That there's 50 developers and 50 publishers working on this, blah, blah, bullshit is just that. It's lip service. It's what I was afraid of going into this conference, and you proved my fears rather than proved my optimism, my hopes. It sucks. This conference sucks, and I hope Treehouse Live proves something and does something better, but at the same time, you dropped the ball because now already people aren't interested. You had all eyes on you. A lot of casual gamers that tuned in tonight aren't going to tune in for your Treehouse event. You missed customers. You missed opportunities. For those who say different, put your money where your mouths are, guys. Buy this console. Prove me wrong. Buy the games. Make third-party games great on this console. But guess what? Even Skyrim, which is a port from a game that was made, at this point, 5.5, 6 years ago, even that's not going to be a launch game. Nintendo! The fuck? The fuck? And being able to pre-order this game, or this console, so easily the way I did. When the PlayStation 4 came out, or was announced, that thing sold out on Amazon in 5 fucking minutes. It sold out everywhere in record time. This console, I was able to wake up at 11:30, drive over to my local GameStop, and pre-order it, no problem. The hardest one to find, which would be the colored variant SKU, no problem whatsoever. Whereas the PlayStation 4 was extremely hard to find, as well with the Xbox One, right? Though it didn't sell as well as the PlayStation 4 at the time, it still sold 1 million units in a day. So you have to take into account that this console, the pre-order sales, as of this video, I can still pre-order it on Target, still pre-order it on Best Buy, pre-order it on GameStop, and pre-order it on Amazon. Nintendo must see these pre-order numbers, and if they're not shitting their pants, I don't know what they're doing. This is a bad sign for the Switch, and it's the worst sign for this console. I don't know what to say. I know some people are happy out there, and I don't want to shit on your happiness. I'm happy that you're happy, but I'm unhappy by the way this conference went. So I want to know what you thought down below. Do you think this conference was as bad as I thought it was, or do you think it was pretty good? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you said that this was a great conference, then you're fucking lying to yourself. That's why I said pretty good. I don't like liars. Everybody out there, if you like this video, you like to see more of it, please hit like, share, subscribe. Let me know how you like this video in the comments section down below. I know it was a long one. We'll be covering the Treehouse event later, so expect a video for that either today or tomorrow. With all that said, everybody, have a nice day.